So I saw the Q7 the first time, I think, while driving on Marine Drive, and I fell in love with it the minute I saw it. I went to the showroom in 2011, and that was it. That was the day I decided that I'm going to get this car for myself.
So I do remember when the car came home. It was, I think, like June 2012, I believe, Dad took delivery of it. And I remember Dad, he had just called me and he said, "Why don't you come down with a Sagan tray?" And I was just waiting right underneath the house, and I remember Dad had just come in with the car. He turned into our lane, and I was like, wow, that just looks gorgeous. Because that generation of the car had very distinct daytime running lights. It had like little, like twinkly, like little stars around it, which made it look very, very attractive. And I remember Dad coming in and I was like, wow, what is that? You know, like that looks so cool. And then the closer the car got, I could just see Dad like grinning inside.
I think we've had some very fond memories with the car since. I have enjoyed the car on highways, I've used it in the city, and I've used it for off-roading. And the off-roading trips are memories that have stayed for the longest or the most memorable ones. The boys would love going for their picnics, and every time we would find a new spot to drive to. It didn't stay as a car, it became a little extension of us, where every holiday or every family holiday as such would be accompanied with it.
So obviously, since I first laid my eyes on the car, I always wanted to say, you know, what is it like to drive? And I think during that time, it was also our first like luxury big brand car, and it was our first V8, which was even more exciting. So I always wanted to know, you know, what like a German V8 is. And at that time, it was actually it was like pinnacle of innovation maybe, that they produced a 4.2 liter V8 diesel engine, which their competitors just didn't have at that time. But obviously Dad did not allow me for obvious reasons. But he didn't even allow me when I turned 18 years old. I had to wait 2 years because my dad was like, it's out of your scope to drive. What I do remember, one of my first drives in that car was in fact going to a house in Lonavala, and it was just a different experience than the cars that I was driving. You know, the way she drove, the way she handled, even pulling, like the amount of torque that car has when you accelerate, and the turbos like spool and it just goes is fantastic. Till date, in fact, maybe barring some sports cars, there's no other car that has been able to pull after 13 years.
When I look back, I think of my Q7 as my partner in some form. It's been with me through my prime. Even today when I drive it, I feel a kind of attachment with it. At one time I'd even given, I've given it a name, just that I don't share it because it's a little embarrassing. I used to call my car, my Q7 Rosie, as my sweetheart, because I used to even trouble my boys with, irritating them as to have they clean my sweetheart as my Rosie looking clean and nice. So it's an attachment that I can't really explain or put in words, but it's why I find it so hard to let it go. I'm Farzad Palia.
And I'm Ferzad Palia.
And we're proud owners of the Audi Q7.